What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Thursday's late night agenda, which is not very late tonight, in all fairness. We're putting this out at 6 p.m. There's a couple of reasons for that. Let me fill you one in them. One, the Jack Mate interview was going live at 7 p.m. So if you're watching this back, go and check out the Jack Mate interview. If you're watching this live right now, you have something to look forward to at 7 o'clock. That is going live as an audio podcast. It is going live up on the Anfield Agenda channel as well. It was a really fun chat with Jack Mate. I'm sure you all know who Jack Mate is. Thank you massively to Jack, by the way, for giving up his time. I'm sorry that I've had to put it on early today as well, because I was recording an interview with Graham Hunter just before I did this. And then tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be over on Mundo Sporto doing the Chelsea Spurs game. So it's just been an absolutely crazy few days. So rather than not put out any content today, ladies and gentlemen, we decided we'd go a little bit early and we'd do a 6 o'clock stream as well. I think we're all feeling the same way after yesterday. Frustrated, scratching our heads, just baffled by what a performance we've seen rolled out yesterday. It just wasn't the Liverpool that had got back to themselves a bit more over the past couple of games. And I think if we're being honest with ourselves now, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of the title race. For me this season, if we can push and we make sure we get top 2 or 3, that's all good. We've still got a Champions League run to look forward to as well. And I'm sure that we're going to go all out to try and bring that trophy back, to get number 7 back to Anfield. Again, I want to start off the stream. I feel like I've said I want to start off the stream a fair few times here, but as you can see, somehow, some way, our little old channel has reached 70,000 subscribers. Again, from all of us at the channel, thank you for your support. Whether you're an opposition fan who comes in to maybe even have a little laugh or banter with us, or whether you're one of our diehard regulars that watches, or of course a member of Anfield Agenda SC, you've no idea what this milestone means to myself and Connor. We're one step closer to our dream of hitting 100k, and we wouldn't have done it without you. Again, I want to just point out, like we did on the watch along yesterday, about the GoFundMe page for that young man who's in dire need of a liver transplant. It's Chris Legit, one of our members in our podcast family, or one of our members in our Anfield Agenda family. It's his nephew. The young man has until the 1st of March to raise the remaining $800,000 needed for that operation. All the money all the information about the operation and where the funds go to is in the GoFundMe link that will be in the description of the stream. But we've had loads of people showing lots of love, some kind donations, lots of people sharing it. Anything at all that we can do, folks, to try and help this guy out, please, please, please try and do it. Right, let's go and see how we're all feeling today after that one. Hello, Craig. How's your day been? Busy, buddy, but you know what? Busy's a good thing. Anything that distracts me from being able to think about last night and that performance, that, look, you got to give credit to Brighton first and foremost. Graham Potter and the Brighton lads came, they fought for every ball, and they went away with a well-earned win. I've no arguments about that. All I'm upset about is the fatigue shown by our players, the lack of invention shown by the players. Of course, they're obviously going to be tired, both mentally and physically, but when you've dragged yourself back into the competition, to the title race, after a big win against Spurs, a big win against West Ham, maybe we had one eye, I don't know, in the Manchester City game coming up at the weekend, but I'm not sitting here looking to find excuses for the guys, but it was soul destroying, to be fair. And we do have the Champions League. We are in the last 16, and that is probably the only remaining option of a trophy for Liverpool this season. So I'm sure we're going to go all out to try and get that trophy. But I don't know how you guys are feeling out there, but to me, I'm not a drinker, but I certainly feel like I have a hangover today after last night. Hope we get second in the league and win the Champions League, said Hamid. Better than Goldbridge, said B. Calderon. Look, again, I'm just happy to be mentioned in the same breath of people like Mark that has forged the way through for the rest of us to be able to do what we do here. So really appreciate the kind words. There are more than 15 games to go. Liverpool can still win the league, and this is coming from a United supporter. Honestly, mate, I'm probably one of the more optimistic Liverpool fans you'll ever come across, but you know, we are 7 points, I think, behind Manchester City. They have a game in hand, and even a draw for them would still put them too far ahead of us. I mean, I'm being a realist. The league campaign is over for us with regards to trying to retain the title. And look, it happens. We take it on the chin, and we'll no doubt come back and try and win that title back next year. Whoever goes on to win it this year, fair play to them. But, you know, let's be realistic about it. Even though there is so many games to go, I just can't see Liverpool doing it this year. I can absolutely see us going far into the Champions League, but, you know, I'm trying to be honestly realistic about what I'm saying. Top 4 should be the goal. Second should be the goal, really. And then try and go into as deep into the Champions League as we can. Then we'll reassess in the summer. And look, there's going to be some big questions asked between now and the end of the season. Who needs to be moved on? Who's going to come in? Are we going to splash the cash? So many questions that no doubt we'll go over and over again as the months go on. Feels like 0-9, 0-10 all over again, said Pushkas is a god. We're like 2 games away into Leipzig, I know. But the good news is we could have Diogo Jota back. We could have Naby Keita back. We will have Sadio Mane back. We'll have Fabinho back. So at least the options for Jurgen Klopp will be increased. And of course we have our new signings as well. Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies who are after coming in as well. So, the injury crisis is starting to ease a bit. And that should allow Klopp to put Hendo back into midfield and, unleash Thiago's full potential, for want of a better phrase. We can win the league and Champions League this year. Look, I'm delighted that there are so many people that are still positive, and I'll never try and take away anyone's positivity about the football club. All I will ever do is give you my opinion on things, folks, and if Liverpool fans still believe that we can win the league, absolutely no issues for me about that. I'm just giving you my view on it from what I see and what I've seen this season so far. I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think, I wouldn't even give us a 15% chance of doing it, to be honest with you. I think it's Manchester City's title to lose at this point, and I think anybody would agree with me on that, to be fair. It's in their own hands. Craig, I think City will not slip up, so they'll win the league, said Scary Ninja. Origi needs to go, said Evan. I feel horrible about the Origi stuff, by the way. I mean, I lash out at Origi quite a bit. You probably see the clips doing the rounds of yesterday of me screaming at him to just keep running down the tunnel. And I'm not fickle as a Liverpool fan. I want to make that point. I get behind every single one of those players. But all I ever ask for, and all most fans ask for, is to make sure that you give 100%. Lack of technical ability at times can be forgiven, no problem. But I'm not seeing Divock Origi dying for that shirt. I'm not seeing Divock Origi going out there and putting in a shift when he's been given chance after chance. This is a man that wants to try and play his way into Roberto Martinez's Belgium squad. Klopp has given him opportunities and he's done absolutely nothing. So I know people are going to say, Craig, stop with the Divock hate, but it's not just about the fact he ain't scoring. It's about the fact that he's not giving a damn. That's what annoys me the most. We will forgive anyone who puts on that Liverpool shirt and runs their heart out and fight for the cause. But I, for one, will not accept to sit back and see a player go out there and look like he's stealing a living. Our club deserves more than that. He rightly earned his new contract and now he seems to be just sitting back and stealing a living at the club. That's my thoughts on it. If people disagree with me, I will respect your decision, but I'm sick to death of him being given an opportunity and us just scratching our heads as to how on earth Curtis Jones was left on the bench so long yesterday while Divock Origi was brought on. James Milner, God bless him, as much as we all love him, looked absolutely shattered, and it took too long to bring him off as well and make the changes there with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. There are things we could nitpick at yesterday, but look, I suppose it does come back to the fact that we were just, as I like to say, banging our heads against the wall, trying the same things over and over again, a long diagonal ball, or trying to play crosses in from the edge of the 18-yard box that were playing right into their central defensive heads, I should say. So that's my take on the situation yesterday. I hate myself when I get angry at a player, and I hate myself when I bring down a Liverpool player. But I also hate the fact that somebody looks like they don't give a damn on the pitch, because the badge means more to us than all of that. And that's why players like Robbo and other players we've all fallen in love with, Dirk Coutts of this world, people that go out there, give a shift every single time they go out onto the pitch. They give 100%. And that's all we can ask for as fans. The rest, win, lose or draw, shit happens. But when you look like you don't give a damn, when you look like you're not interested, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit back and just give him a pat on the back and say, well done. I'm not here to blow smoke up his arse or Liverpool Football Club's arse. I'm here as a fan to call things as I see them. And to me, he was shocking yet again. And I don't understand how he keeps getting the opportunities. Totally agree with you about Origi, said Jack. Look, for those idiots that are saying Klopp out in the chat, Nassim, we know you're not a Liverpool fan, mate, because there is no Liverpool fan that wants Klopp out. Every single one of us, to a man, woman and child, are behind Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is absolutely the right man to keep leading this club forward. He has been a revelation. We love him to bits, And look, nobody believes any of this Klopp outshite that you fools keep putting in, because nobody wants the man to leave. We idolise him, and he'll be here until 2024, and then it's up to him what happens after that. But stop trying to pretend to be a Liverpool fan and saying Klopp out, mate, because none of us want Klopp out. We're not that fickle. We idolise the man. We understand what he's brought back to the club. He's transformed us from an also-ran for the last few years back into a Champions League winning club, a Club World Cup winning club, a Premier League winning club, a Super Cup winning club. We wouldn't have that without the gaffer and his management style, the fact that he's able to attract players, and the clever business that himself, Michael Edwards, Dave Fallows, and the rest of the recruitment team have done at the club. So the facts are the facts, mate, and you trying to troll us just isn't going to work, because we don't fall for it. Not so much Klopp fault, but FSG who won't spend. Look, the centre-back situation was an odd one, and I'm somebody who generally tries to give FSG a positive spin, because I think they've done a lot of good things, but to leave it so late in the window to bring in a centre-back had everybody scratching their heads. It was clear as day we needed a centre-back. Now, they got it done, but you know, the damage has already been done through the month of January that has seen us drop too many points to stay in this title race. Whether Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies go on to be great Liverpool players, we look forward to finding that out, and we look forward to seeing the lads put the shirt on. But other than that, it is just wrong that they didn't get the transfer done. Klopp wanted a centre-back. It was obvious we needed one. We knew that two of our main centre-backs were out for the season. Then we have Matip, who's now ruled out for the season, who, even if we didn't know that beforehand, we knew he was probably going to pick up a few knocks. And you also know what you're losing in midfield when you haven't got Fabinho and Henderson in there. So anybody who's pissed off about that, I'm with you 100%. There is no excuse. On week 1, January the 2nd, January the 3rd, we should have had a centre-back in at the club. And everybody who thinks that way, I have your back on it. I feel the exact same. Prediction on Leipzig. I hope we will dominate them. I'm more positive around the Leipzig game, mate, because I know we're getting players back. So to be able to say bring Sadio Mane and Diogo Jota back in, to potentially be able to move Henderson up into midfield, it's just going to give us so many more options and so many more facets to our attack that I think the lack of creativity that we've had will fall away, and we'll be back to the Liverpool of, not of old maybe, but certainly of a more attacking threat with different options. So Leipzig are no mugs. Julian Nagelsmann has made them into a very good side. Obviously, they got through a difficult group with Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United in it, and they found their way through that group, so they absolutely deserve respect. We'll give them that respect. But I would edge us through as favourites, but look, that means nothing. We've got to perform over the 2 legs. Second leg, of course, is at Anfield, which up until recently had been a fortress, but I think we'll get through that tie, but I don't think it'll be really straightforward, because Leipzig, they are a good side. They're a well-drilled side, a team that's been together for a good while as well, and I think we'll get through it. And then you get to the quarterfinals and anything can happen. Would you rather City to win it or United? I don't like either club. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan that does not like Manchester United. But the difference that I will say, and I'm going to kind of not answer your question here, but I just can't respect Manchester City in any way. I'm sorry. The Manchester City of old had a great die-hard fan base that knew their stuff, supported the club right down through the divisions, and they just seem to have this new group of arrogant arsehole fan base. I don't like the way they go about their club. And as much as I despise Manchester United, and I'm sure the feeling's mutual back towards Liverpool, I have a respect for the club. I have a respect for the traditions, for the way they go about doing things, for the way that Liverpool and Manchester United have helped each other behind the scenes, whether it be after the Munich air disaster, whether it be after Hillsborough. Both clubs were there to look after each other, to offer to lend players, to lend a helping hand. And the rivalry is there, but there's a respect there. And I think therein lies the difference. Personally, I don't have that respect for Manchester City. I see them as an oil-rich Wigan. I see them as just a headache, a pest that just should just go away. Whereas I do see Manchester United as a genuinely elite club. And, you know, I don't want either of them to win the title. I'd rather see Leicester City come back and win the title. But, yeah, look, I just I just don't have any respect for Manchester City. I'm sorry, I just don't like the way they've gone about building that club. I don't like the way I just don't like them. It's as simple as that. And I'm not trying to say Manchester City's fans are all arseholes either, by the way. It's more the way the club is being run. It's more the way that the financial doping, if you want to call it that, or let's say alleged financial doping. That's what I don't like about it. I don't like PSG for similar reasons, so that would be my answer. I have a respect for United, a begrudging respect, but I don't have that for City. So I hope that answers your question. What about Chelsea? They won't be winning that, mate. They won't be winning the Premier League this season. I did like Mourinho's snidey little comments, by the way, to say it's not hard to win a title at Chelsea. I did it. Conte did it. Ancelotti did it. So basically saying to Tuchel, you're a massive failure, mate, if you don't come in here and win a title. I did like that shithousery from Mourinho towards Chelsea, I have to say. Let's be fair, we haven't been too bad considered defensively with all the injuries. Creativity and the complete lack of killer instinct attacking wise is the biggest problem. They kind of go hand in hand, Powell or 34, because yes, you're right, we haven't been conceding a whole host of goals, but part of the reason we aren't as much of a threat going forward is because we've had to take out some of our midfield creativity or certainly some of our midfield players that would put us on the front foot a bit, like Henderson in particular. He was doing really well on the right hand side of that midfield trio. Himself and Trent were linking up and crossing in really well, and I just think that has stunted our creativity a little bit. Yes, you are right, we've been firing blanks in front of goal when we've had chances at times as well. Salah probably should have had a couple yesterday, if we're being honest, and if Salah had taken that really good chance early on in the game, who knows? But you know, it's all if, ands and buts. At the end of the day, Brighton won the game. Give credit to Brighton for their victory, and we move on, and massive game coming up against Manchester City on Sunday. You sound very jealous. Dry your eyes. Jealous of what? Why would I be jealous of? What have I got to be jealous about, mate? My club is the most successful club in English football history. 6 Champions Leagues, 19 league titles. What have I got to be jealous about? A soulless, heartless club that pretends to sell out its stadium week in and week out. Meanwhile, half the stadium's empty, and yet they claim to have one of the second or third attendance records. A club with no soul. A club that cheats their way around things. A club. What have I got to be jealous about? I've zero to be jealous about, mate. I'm fortunate enough to support the club that actually has a heart and soul, that actually means something, that actually does positive things, and that has contributed to the world. So what have I got to be jealous about? You're basically an oil-rich Wigan, mate. I couldn't care less about Manchester City. So it's got nothing to do with jealousy, pal. Because if we want to talk about jealousy, where's that European Cup on your shirt? Where's the star? Where's the badge? I don't have one. Of course you don't have one, mate, because you only started fucking existing in the last 10 or 12 years, and you're never going to win that European Cup. So, you know, banter is banter and all that, but I've got absolutely nothing to be jealous of Manchester City for with their government-funded stadium. Here, have a free stadium, Manchester City. We know you've got oil-rich money. We know you've got a whole country throwing money behind you, but here, have a Commonwealth stadium. Come on, pal. Let's be honest about it here. You want to speak facts? I'll speak facts. But don't just say, I'm jealous, because I couldn't give a fuck about that club. No soul. Now, again, you want to speak back again? Go back and listen to what I said. I said the old Manchester City, when they were at Main Road, when they had their die-hard fans, stuck by the club, went down through the divisions, sold out Main Road, I gave the old Manchester City fans credit, mate. So if you're going to come at me, try and get it right. I gave them absolute credit. They were a fantastic bunch. What I don't like is the new glory hunting shits that have dominated their fan base, that are active on social media, that know about as much about football as that bottle of Volvic does right there, mate. They're the Manchester City fans I'm getting about. And if you're getting a bit salty about it, you're probably one of them fans, mate. So, you know, if you get angry about it, you are the dickhead that I'm speaking about. So, sorry, mate, but if that gets to you, it's you, isn't it? Isn't it? Go on, tell the truth. You threw out your Chelsea jersey a few years ago, didn't you? Got yourself a fresh Manchester City one. Davies and Kabak, just start them. I'll be interested to see when they do get an opportunity, mate. The Kabak thing really does interest me, because the way we done the deal was genius for a couple of reasons. One, obviously there was a minimal outlay from the start, and then secondly, the chance for Ozan Kabak to prove himself in the time that he is here, to get that deal, because we know we know that there's an £18 million clause in there if Liverpool want to trigger it, and we have until June to trigger it. So I think that's a very good deal, because if he performs, we know what it costs to make the deal permanent. If he doesn't, then Liverpool can look elsewhere in the summer to try and find somebody that they feel will be the solution at centre-back. So I think the way that deal was structured was brilliant, and I think Michael Edwards played an absolute blinder there. In pressurising Schalke into getting that deal over the line, to be fair. So credit where it's due on that one, and I very much am looking forward to seeing if Ozan Kabak is the Turkish Wall, which is his nickname. So yeah, bring him on, mate, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. Fatman TV, that could well be my channel's name as well, mate, said, to be honest, Craig, if we don't win something this year, then I won't be as disappointed. I know the year's been tough for us, but the likes of VVD could be unstoppable. Yeah, look, I'm not going to throw my toys out of the pram if Liverpool don't win silverware this season, mate. There's only so many trophies each year, and we've got no God-given right to win one. And look, the last 3-4 years have been unbelievable. 2 Champions League finals, winning one of them, 2 amazing title races. One of them we absolutely walked away with. The other one, Manchester City beat us with a fantastic run of, I think it was 13 or 14 wins to nick it by a point. And there were some great times, and there were some amazing memories along the way. Knocking City out of the Champions League, that comeback against Barcelona, that's not forgotten in my mind. And if we do go through this season without a trophy, so be it. I'm sure that we'll come back better and stronger next season and looking to try and recapture some silverware. So yeah, I get that as well. I think it's a fair comment that you've made. I don't know if this is absolutely true, but there is certainly some truth to this story. Mario said, Liverpool cannot face Leipzig in Germany due to travel restrictions, Germany government confirmed. So that would mean that, from my reading of the situation, that means one of two things happens. Either Leipzig have to find a neutral ground that works, or Liverpool get awarded the first leg of the tie 3-0. I'm sure that they'll find a neutral stadium. Maybe we'll end up playing them in Salzburg, something like that. But yeah, that has been something that we were waiting to find out about, by the way, because of obviously travel restrictions at the minute. So I'm sure we'll get more on that as we move forward. But thank you, mate, for putting that into the chat. Klopp probably wants value to go up so he can go. Oh, Origi's value. Sorry, mate, I missed the first part of that. We've been trying to move him on. Yeah, look, it's no secret that Divock Origi has been available for sale, but if that is Klopp's plan, then Divock certainly isn't living up to his part of it, is he? He's certainly not putting in performances that would alert other clubs and say, let's give this lad an opportunity. City fan said, City fan, but I appreciate you guys. We have plastics like everyone else. Don't just slag us off too much. It's not the fans that I'm really having a go at, mate. I mean, if it came across that way, yeah, there are some dickhead new fans. I'm not going to lie about that. But there are the hardcore fans that have been through thick and thin with Manchester City and sub by their club. To me, I just don't like the business aspect of it. It just feels soulless to me. So you're probably right. I certainly don't mean to say every City fan is an arsehole, because they are not. There's some very good City fans. Steve McInerney, that runs Esteemed Company, is an absolutely wonderful fella as well. Top lad. I just don't like... And there's some Liverpool fans, by the way, that fall into this category as well, of new glory hunters that don't understand the game and throw their toys out with the pram when we lose a game. So it's certainly not just an issue that City would have. Liverpool have it, United have it. I suppose it just comes with any success. Any news on Jota or Mane? There was videos came out of Diogo Jota starting to do a bit more. There was a little bit of ball work. You seen him stepping up his rehab. So I would imagine we're not too far away from seeing him starting to ramp up his training. And I hope Fabinho Mane will be back for the game against Manchester City. But as I always say, the clubs are keeping the card close to their chest with regards to injuries and player updates and stuff like that. Is Elliott a big miss for us? No, I think that the decision to send Harvey Elliott on loan to Blackburn was a very good decision. It's allowing him to build up his confidence, playing a very competitive league as well. And what you want when you see somebody going to the Championship on loan from a Premier League club is you want them to be in the higher levels of that league. You want them to show that they are a class act, and I think we're seeing that with Harvey Elliott. So no, I think that was the right decision, and I think we'll benefit from that decision when he comes back to Liverpool next year. Will Jota be ready for City? I don't. No. No. I wouldn't say he'd have anywhere near enough training or that, and nor would the club want to rush him back with a knee injury. Craig, are you doing a watch along for Chelsea Spurs? Yes, I am, over on our second channel, Mundo Sporto. There is a link in the description to Mundo Sporto. We've just passed 10,000 subscribers on there. We've only started putting up content on there since December. And because of your amazing support, and shout out to United fans on this one as well, because we've a load of Manchester United fans to join us for the watch alongs over there, and have been very supportive of the channel. We've amazingly hit 10k already, so thank you for that. That's blown us all away completely. But yeah, I'll be on there, mate, from 15 minutes before kickoff. So that's what I'm saying. I've got a crazy busy day today. Just filmed the Graham Hunter beforehand. On here chatting with you wonderful people now. The Jack Mate interview is going live at 7 p.m. So make sure you've got your notifications turned on Anfield Agenda. That's going to also go out as a podcast. If you didn't know, Anfield Agenda had a podcast. We launched one over the past month or so. It's available on Acast, iTunes, Spotify. Just search Anfield Agenda on there. It's usually myself, Steve Bland and Jack Gill, but often we get guests on like Graham Hunter or Jack May, or whoever else is kind enough to give us some of their time. So make sure that you give us a review on there. If you are a listener on iTunes, please leave us a 5-star review. Really helps push us out there. And also I want to take a second to just give a shout out to our socials. Anfield Agenda are on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. All just search Anfield Agenda on all of them. And we also have a Facebook page as well. I think the last check it was about 15,000 likes on the Facebook page. So yeah, we're growing bit by bit, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing in extra people to make more content and trying to just push the channel on to the next level. But again, as I've said before, and I'll say again, we wouldn't be able to push on without our fantastic sponsors, BoyleSports, who, by the way, are going to have a no-lose offer on for the weekend's game against Manchester City. If you don't know what the BoyleSports no-lose offers are, it's you bet €10 on any single on the game, or £10. If it doesn't come in, they refund it to you as a free bet. And if you sign up to BoyleSports for the first time and place that bet, not only will you receive the free bet if your bet loses, you'll get another free bet for signing up and depositing your first tenner. So there is a link to sign up to BoyleSports in the description of the stream. Those offers are open to UK and Irish residents, age 18 plus, and as always, we urge you guys to please gamble responsibly. What have we got? Drew Branch says quitters. I don't know what you're talking about, Drew, mate, but I'm just giving my opinion, mate, and I don't think we win the league. And if you think we can win the league, more power to you, buddy. You're entitled to your opinion, but as far as I'm concerned, we're not winning the league title this year, and I'm trying to be realistic in what I say. I always tell you guys, I'll give you the truth. I'll always give you my opinion, what I believe to be the truth, and I won't sugarcoat anything. We, for whatever reason, hasn't clicked for us in the league this year. Injuries, tiredness, fatigue, whatever it might be. And that's alright. We've no divine right to win anything every year, but we'll be back, and I've no doubt about that. What is the Jack May podcast about? We spoke a bit about YouTuber boxing. We spoke about Jack's Happy Hour podcast. We spoke a little bit about West Ham because he's a West Ham fan. We spoke about darts. We spoke about a bit of everything, to be honest with you. What have we got? Don't know how people can still think we will win it. Pushkas is a god. Look, I love to see positivity, mate. I love seeing people believe that we can win it, so I'll never knock them for it. All I can say, as I said before, is I'll give you my opinion, and in my opinion, I think we're out of the title race. We still need to concentrate and make sure that we get our second or third in the league, make sure we're in the Champions League next season, and look, we still have his last 16 tie against Leipzig to come up, and anything's possible in that competition, so it's not all doom and gloom. We've got our 2 new centre-backs in, we've got players coming back from injury. Just last night really just felt like the kick in the nuts that none of us needed, to be honest, and it probably was a bit more of a shock because after the West Ham and the performance against Spurs, we probably thought we were edging our way back, and then the flatness reappeared again last night in the game. And as I want to say again, credit to Brighton. They earned their victory, and I wish them all the best for the rest of the season. David said, respect from a United fan. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated, and right back to you. Nothing wrong with us hating each other's clubs, mate, but you know what I mean? We can all have a bit of fun and interact together, and there's a healthy rivalry there, which I do like as well. Michael Houston said, best YouTuber, been subscribed for 12 months, keep up the class work, mate. Thank you. I'll tell you what, I'm working off fumes lately, ladies and gentlemen. I could do it a day or two off soon. I'm absolutely shattered. It's been 12-hour days for the past 6-7 days because I've been playing catch up. So, do I watch 4-4 tunes? Yes, I love 4-4 tunes. That's one of my bucket list things, mate, is to be included in a 4-4 tunes video at some point. But yeah, absolutely love it. If you don't know what 4-4 tunes is, check them out on Twitter. They make some really, really funny cartoons about football, and it's just class. I think what they do is brilliant. United fan here, but I respect you and the channel. Thank you for the super chat, mate. But most importantly, thank you for your kind words. It means a lot. I still can't believe we passed 70k. Honestly, you won't believe me. Well, I hope you believe me, but I was still up at 6:30 this morning, refreshing, and as soon as it hit 70,000, actually, when I refreshed, it hit 70,003. I sent a message to Connor. I think it was probably 6:45 a.m. at the time. That's how much it meant to me. I was still up refreshing the page because I didn't think we were going to get there, and then all of a sudden we got a boost and things start steamrolling, and it means the world, folks. It really, really, really does. Like 70,000 YouTube terms is tiny, but yeah, it means the world to us. It really does. What else we got? Did you see what happened to Liverpool Leipzig? If we're talking about the fact that the first leg won't be played in Germany, yes, one of our subscribers in the chat was kind enough to bring that to my attention a few minutes ago, mate. And again, from my understanding of the situation, it will either be that Leipzig have to find a neutral venue that works for both clubs, or Liverpool will be awarded the first leg 3-0. I don't think it will get to the second part. I think Leipzig will sort it. Maybe work with Salzburg, maybe use their stadium. But I'm sure that they'll find a way. And look, none of us want to be given the first leg 3-0. We want it to be played out on the pitch. What have we got? Would you like to see Cometio go out on loan? That is an interesting one, to see what does happen with Billy Cometio, because he's still only, I think, 18 years of age. Came back from injury, got some one-on-one attention with Jurgen Klopp. It will be interesting to see what happens. I genuinely don't know what is going to happen there. People keep asking if we're signing Mbappe. It's almost like they've never heard of FSG. Actually, when I spoke with Graham Hunter before I did this stream, we actually spoke about the Leo Messi situation, which led into a conversation around PSG and the possibility of Mbappe, Neymar, and Lionel Messi being there. So, if you want to get the inside information on that, Graham was very kind in giving us information, and when that comes out as a podcast or as a video, I do urge you to check it out, because he does speak about the whole Lionel Messi situation. And if there's one man that does know Spanish football, he works for La Liga TV, he's been covering it for years on Sky as well beforehand. He knows what's going on in Spanish football, and he gave great insight into the situation with Leo Messi at Barcelona. Sajid said, you and Mark made the Liverpool United rivalry fun from a United fan. That's exactly what I think Mark, I can't speak for Mark obviously, but that's exactly what we tried to do, mate, because there doesn't need to be this toxicity that exists between rival fans. Banter, yeah, come in, tell us we're shy, have a bit of fun, that's all sound, but sometimes, it goes to a level that's just not needed. Like, if anybody mocks Hillsborough or Munich, that's one sick son of a bitch right there, and they've no place calling themselves a football fan, because there's Mark has coined a phrase which I think is fantastic, and it's rivals not enemies, and I see that as the exact truth, the exact answer. We can have banter, we can have fun, but it doesn't need to cross that line. We all hate each other's clubs, we all want our clubs to do well, but I just don't think there needs to be this toxicity that exists between, I'm saying this, haven't gone off on one about City earlier on, but that's just my own personal gripe, that one club that triggers me a little bit, but excuse me, yeah, I agree. I mean, it can be fun, it should be fun. There's no need to, we can give each other compliments, we can say when one club does well. It doesn't take away from the fact we love our own clubs. Most of us just want to talk about football because we love football. The sport, yes, we all have our own clubs, but we're all fans of the sport. And I couldn't sit here and say that Bruno Fernandes is shite, as an example. I mean, yeah, it might get views, but it's not the truth. It would be me just sitting here telling lies to a camera for clicks. And that's not the way I go about things. I know it's not the way most YouTubers go about things, most football YouTubers. Just give your honest opinion. If people like what you have to say, fair enough. If they don't, you're entitled to your own opinion. Craig, what will you do for the 100k special? The plan has been, and I'm still just trying to get word back, so we do want to give a huge giveaway when we hit 100k, and the plan has always been to give away one of these chairs, like I'm sitting on right here now. I'm in contact with Serendipity. We're just trying to sort out getting the chair sorted to wherever it needs to go and stuff. So the plan will be that when we hit 100k, we will give away a chair from Serendipity Furniture that the subscriber can customise in their own way. If they're a United fan, if they're a Chelsea fan, a Liverpool fan, however it might be, we'll pick one of our subscribers at random. They can design their own chair from Serendipity Furniture in the same style as this one here, whatever colours they like. They can have their family name embroidered on it or the club badge embroidered on it, whatever it is you want. The chair, by the way, is an £1,100 chair. They aren't cheap. But we wanted to do something special when we hit 100k, and we love to give back. I think we've given away 20-25 shirts on the channel, and yeah, we want to do something special for the 100k, and because you guys put us to where we are, and without you guys we wouldn't be continuing to grow, and we're well aware of that. We're well aware of the great community we have, and I think it's only fair we can give something back if we can. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, that's the plan. Our away form is getting better and better. Our home form is getting worse. Yeah, you lose your unbeaten home record to Burnley and then go and lose to Brighton back to back at home. It definitely sucks, mate. It's it's been mental. Do you think we'll get top four? I'm worried now. I'm very confident we'll get top four. Yes, I mean I think we're out of the title race, but you know I would happily back us to get top four. I mean, I think we should be looking to get second, third, somewhere around there. But yeah, absolutely, I would say we've no divine right to get there, but my opinion is yes, we'll get top four. To take away the teams that start with B and you're still unbeaten at Anfield. There you go. I'll take that one. That works. Liverpool will finish top three this season, but no league title. Sadly, that's my opinion as well. I've been seeing all the hate you've been getting. Please don't leave, Craig. You'll one day be massive. Yeah, look, I'm a sensitive old soul, to be honest. At the end of the day, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I say things that I speak with passion because I speak in the heat of the moment. If I'm doing a watch along, I don't hold back because that's the way I am. And I'm a very emotional human being. So whether it be at home or whether it be wherever I am, I'm an emotional dude, both in a happy and sad way. And I've got ups and I've got downs. And sometimes the hate does get to you. Of course, you're a human being and your family reads stuff and you read stuff and it can get you down. But for every one negative comment, there's probably 10 positive comments. But as we all have our own insecurities in life, we often focus on the negative stuff because that's sometimes the stuff that hits home with us. So, you know, if people say you're fat or people say blah, 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 you know, we're well aware of these things ourselves as human beings. So it's those things that strike the chord that reach our own insecurities that can get you down sometimes. I'm trying to move past it all as best I can, and I have to say I've had tremendous support from my family, from our subscribers, from opposition fans as well. And there is a wonderful community on here on YouTube which getting the pleasure to get to know as each week goes by. So again, I'll always give you the answer, mate. Always give you honesty on here, whether it's blunt, whether it's negative, whether it's sad. That's all I've ever promised, is just to be me and share myself, good, bad or indifferent. We've been denied entry. Yeah, we've gone through the Leipzig stuff, mate. We're just waiting to see if it can be played at a neutral venue or if it'll be a 3-0 victory to Liverpool for the first leg. As you can hear, my emails are flying in there as well. Are you doing a watch along for Spurs Chelsea? Yes, I'm just about to wrap this one up, mate. I'll be over for the Spurs Chelsea game on Mundo Sporto. So if you haven't checked out Mundo Sporto, it's our sister channel where we do non-Liverpool content. I'm doing Chelsea Spurs tonight, and then I'll be doing Manchester United against Everton on Saturday on there as well. So please do come over tonight and join us for that watch along. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys for tuning in as always. I'm sorry I had to be a bit earlier today, but you know, when you've got a couple of channels to do now, and I'm playing catch up with interviews that I had to put off because my old computer died, and I'm working off my brand new one now, which Still makes me smile when I look at that beautiful beast. I will chat to you guys very soon. Tomorrow I'll be recording the preview for the Manchester City game, so I'll be chatting with Leon. I'll be going through my predicted 11, my score predictions as well. Again, don't forget to check out BoyleSports no lose offer on that game. There is a link to sign up to Boyle in the description. So what else I'm forgetting about? Oh yes, the massive Jack Mate interview that's about to drop on Anfield Agenda. So please share the shit out of this interview right across social media, Instagram, wherever you are, whatever platform you're on. Grab the link for this stream for me and send it out into the world, because it's a huge moment for our channel. It's somebody that myself and Connor absolutely look up to and idolise. He is a damn good human being. He is one funny son of a bitch, and he's a top lad. So check out the Jack Mate interview. It's going to be dropping on the channel in 20 minutes. It'll be live. So much love as always, folks. Take care of yourselves, and I will chat to you wonderful people tomorrow. Up the Reds and